Salam keluarga Malaysia, hello and good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shuhaida Arifin and you're watching News at 10. In our top stories tonight, no plans for economic shutdown despite rise in COVID cases. Revamp of supply system to stop cooking oil subsidy leakage. The government has no plan to reclose the economic sectors despite the increase in the number of positive cases of COVID-19. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa today, however, called on 7 million individuals who have yet to take the COVID-19 booster shots to do so as soon as possible. Although the booster dose was not mandatory, it is still vital, as not only did the positive cases of COVID-19 have returned with an upward trend, but the dose would also help in facing new variants of the virus, especially the more infectious Omicron BA.5 variant.
Ini kehidupan seperti biasa, tiada perancangan kerajaan untuk menutup sektor ekonomi dan sebagainya. Jadi kehidupan kita akan lalui seperti biasa, seperti yang ada pada hari ini. Cuma kitalah yang perlu mengambil tindakan untuk melindungi diri sendiri. Jadi sekali lagi lah saya nasihatkan siapa yang belum mengambil booster, iaitu 7 juta tadi, silalah mengambil booster. Dan jika ada simptom kepada diri sendiri, cepat-cepatlah jumpa dengan doktor untuk mendapat kepastian sama ada dijangkiti atau tidak.
Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri was met after attending the Korban Perdana program in Bara, Pahang. Meanwhile, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin also called on Malaysians that have yet to receive COVID-19 booster shots to get jabbed soon, as the number of positive cases in the country is on the rise. He also suggested that non-boosted Malaysians who have tested positive for COVID-19 or are at high risk to get the antiviral drug Paxlovid, which has been made available at the Ministry of Health facilities since 15 April. Paxlovid is the first oral antiviral drug in Malaysia to treat COVID-19 patients with mild to moderate symptoms. Khairi also urged the public to mask up when they are in confined or crowded spaces, besides practicing their TRIS or test, report, isolate, inform, seek method. He said the distribution of Paxlovid is also available in private health facilities free of charge, but patients are still subject to consultation service charges and other related charges determined by the private health facility. A revamp of the supply system will be undertaken if the leakage and smuggling of subsidized cooking oil to neighbouring countries continues. Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa, who is also the Jihad Against Inflation Special Task Force Chairman, said the move was among the measures proposed after the task force's investigation found sufficient evidence of subsidized cooking oil being smuggled abroad. As a result of the leakage, some towns in the neighbouring country located near the border have been getting constant supply of subsidized cooking oil, which are sold at between RM7 and RM8 per kilogram.
Kita dah ada cukup maklumat, tindakan sudah pun diambil kepada beberapa, tapi ada lagi. Cuma nasihat kita, tolong berhentikan. Sebab kalau sistem yang ada sekarang ini tidak juga dapat diperbaiki, saya akan mempertimbangkan merombak keseluruhan sistem bekalan minyak bersubsidi. Dan dia mungkin akan menjejaskan peluang perniagaan bagi setengah orang. Tapi kita tidak boleh mengutamakan beberapa peniaga, tapi kena mengutamakan rakyat.
The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture MOTAC will not hesitate to revoke the licenses of tourism agencies found guilty in the Hajj pilgrimage scam, which led to 380 prospective Hajj pilgrims to be stranded at Kuala Lumpur International Airport KLIA. Its Minister Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri said her ministry is still waiting for the full report from the police on the case.
Kami memang boleh mengambil tindakan. Ini yang kita nak lihat. Kalau mereka melanggar apa-apa peraturan di bawah undang-undang kita, insya-Allah kita akan mengambil tindakan kerana kita tidak mahu mereka yang terlibat ini adalah orang-orang yang mengharapkan sangat untuk pergi naik haji.
She also urged tourism agencies to comply with regulations stipulated by MOTAC on visa matters to prevent such incident from recurring in the future. The incident would be investigated under Section 8, Subsection 1, Subsection D of the Tourism Industry Act 1992, Act 482, for conducting business in a manner which is prejudicial to the interest of the public, the tourism industry, or the national economy. Traffic flow on several highways and main roads leading into Kuala Lumpur was reported to be slow-moving this evening as people return to the city from their hometown after the Hari Raya Aidil-Adha weekend. A survey on the Malaysian Highway Authority's Twitter as of 4:45 p.m. today found high volume and slow-moving traffic of 25 kilometres at the intersection of Karak to Lentang and 8.8 kilometres from Batu 12 to Gombak Plaza. Apart from this, traffic was also reported to be slow-moving at Pedas Linggi to the intersection to Port Dickson, Simpang 4 to Pedas Linggi, Aikroh Bridge Restaurant to Simpang 4, as well as Pagoh to Bukit Gambir Rest and Service Area RNR. Traffic was slow for 1.8 km before the Menora Tunnel southbound, Pematang Pauh to Perai and Kuala Kangsar to Desungkai Perak RNR. LLM has advised road users, especially in the east, to follow the north-south highway travel time schedule, whether travelling out or back to Klang Valley in conjunction with this holiday. The public can obtain the latest traffic updates via the toll-free Plus line and its Twitter page as shown on the screen. All road users can get in touch with LLM via hotline and Twitter page. Malindo Air's rebranding as Berita Air marks the beginning of exciting transformation. Keluarga Malaysia, especially youths in the B40 and M40 groups, as well as first house buyers, now have the opportunity to own a house through the Carnival Jom Beli Rumah 2022. Scheduled to be held at the Mid-Valley Exhibition Centre in Kuala Lumpur for 3 days, beginning 15 July, the Carnival will offer 10,000 housing units priced at RM300,000 and below. The Housing and Local Government Minister Datuk Seri Rizal Merican American said the 3-day carnival will feature 40 exhibitors from the government, including various agencies and private developers, and will give the public the opportunity to find properties.
Dapat kita kata semarakkan atau dapat kita cuba buka ruang lantai seluas-luasnya untuk rakyat Malaysia yang setelah melalui proses pemulihan, setelah kita keluar daripada MCO dan setelah kita mula merasakan pergerakan-pergerakan ekonomi, agar pemilikan perumahan ini dapat mendapat sambutan daripada kalangan pihak pembeli. Saya punya target adalah lebih kepada pembeli-pembeli kali pertama, sama ada B40 atau M40.
He added that the carnival would also be taken to zones across the country to give the public the opportunity to see the prospects of real estate, especially houses, and then to buy a home of their choice. After almost a decade of operations, Malindo Air has officially been rebranded as Berita Air, offering a more competitive flight services in the Asia-Pacific region. Transport Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wee Ka Siong said the addition of the Boeing 737-8 to Berita Air's fleet was a milestone in Malaysia aviation, as it would be the first airline in Malaysia to operate the aircraft.
And vice versa. Batik Air will promote the seamless transfers of these passengers via KLIA and further develop the strength of its network with a Lion Group of airlines as well as its partnership with other airlines. This will enhance the future growth and connectivity for Kuala Lumpur International Airport and the Malaysian aviation market.
Batik Air is looking to induct 17 units of the new aircraft into their fleet, given its fuel efficiency, alongside having a lower carbon footprint and improved range. With a Boeing 7378 flight time spanning a maximum of 8 hours, Batik Air will be able to improve its product offerings alongside operations to further markets. In another development, Datuk Seri Dr. Wee said the government is encouraging healthy competitive environment in the airline industry to boost the number of foreign tourists coming to the country. He, however, said it must be in line with aspects as stipulated by the Malaysian Aviation Commission and the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia.
Jadi saya rasa masing-masing ada positioning yang berlainan, tapi kita galakkan the more the merrier of course, tetapi kita kena lihat secara realistik mana demandnya, bagaimana kita dapat mempertingkatkan. Bagi Malaysia, kita nak bawa lebih pelancong datang ke sini, dan dengan adanya lebih banyak destinasi, itu berlaku di Timur Tengah. Banyak bandar-bandar besar dia tarik lebih banyak pesawat datang ke sana supaya mereka menambah jumlah penumpang ataupun jumlah pengunjung ke negara masing-masing. Jadi Malaysia ni ada potensi.
He added that healthy competition between airlines will give more options to consumers in terms of pricing. 85 Malaysians registered with the Malaysian High Commission in Sri Lanka were reported to be safe, despite the recent political unrest in the country. Foreign Ministry is prepared to evacuate Malaysians in the country should the condition continue to deteriorate. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Abdullah said the ministry was closely monitoring developments in Sri Lanka and advised those who wish to visit Sri Lanka to delay their plan for the time being.
Setakat yang kita tahu, 85 orang rakyat Malaysia yang ada di sana dalam keadaan yang selamat. Kita nasihatkan mereka supaya jangan keluar dari rumah masing-masing, duduk di rumah saja, jangan keluar. Dan sekiranya ada apa-apa bantuan yang diperlukan, hubungi kedutaan.
He added the ministry is expecting the situation in Sri Lanka to ease in a few days after its president and prime minister hand over power to the assembly speaker. Datuk Seri Saifuddin also urged those who failed to contact their relatives in Sri Lanka to immediately alert the Malaysian diplomatic mission in Colombo for help. Women's doubles pair Natasha Roslan and Sin Lee Jane are the only medal hopeful left for the national 10-pin bowling camp at the 2022 World Games in Alabama, the United States. However, the duo would have to overcome the disappointment of losing in the semi-finals when facing Juliana Franco and Clara Guerrero of Colombia in the bronze medal playoff tomorrow morning. The match will also give an opportunity for Lee Jane to seek revenge against Clara after losing 120, 226, 204, 216 in the last 16 round of the women's singles to the Colombian earlier. Natasha and Lee Jane missed a chance to fight for gold after going down fighting to Danish pair Mika Gulbeck and Mai Ginger Jansen 213, 248, 215, 225 in the last four stage at the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Complex this morning. The Colombians lost to home pair Julia Bond, Shannon O'Cafe 225, 236, 215, 190, 190, 216 in the other semi-final. Natasha and Lee Jane started their campaign by ousting Tasha Naranjo and Pamela Perez of Puerto Rico 234, 164. 203, 178 in the last 16, and H. Dennis Plankensee and Samantha Grainer of Netherlands 259, 144, 194, 188 in the quarterfinals. In the men's singles, both Muhammad Rafiq Ismail and Timmy Tan were eliminated by mighty Canadians after close battles in the quarterfinals. Muhammad Rafiq let slip of a one-game lead to close 238-215, 218-226, 191-239 to Graham Fack, while Timmy lost 229-243, 217-214, 183-236 to Darren Alexander. Malaysia's best ever outing at the World Games was at the 1997 Lahti edition in Finland, where Sharon Low and Daniel Lim bagged gold in the mixed doubles event, while the last time Malaysia won a medal was the 2 bronze feat at the 2009 Kaohsiung edition in Taiwan. Alright, so that concludes this evening's news at 10. In our top story, revamp of supply system to stop cooking oil subsidy leakage. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Julai Arifin. Stay tuned to Salam Berita RTM. Salam keluarga Malaysia and have a pleasant evening.